All right, let's dive into something that honestly sounds like it's straight out of a political thriller. You've got two NATO allies, the United States and Denmark, locked in this incredibly tense standoff over Greenland. And believe me, how it all kicked off, well, it started with one absolutely shocking statement.
Okay, just listen to this. We will shoot first, we will talk later. I mean, let that sink in for a second. That's a direct quote from Denmark's defense ministry. And get this, it's not aimed at Russia, it's not aimed at China. No, it's a public, very direct warning to its longtime ally, the United States. So what we're really talking about here is a public, and let's be honest, a really aggressive warning from a founding member of NATO to, the most powerful country in the entire alliance. This is not how things are usually done. This isn't quiet, back-channel diplomacy. This is a clear challenge, right out in the open.
And that just brings up the biggest question of all, right? What on earth could possibly make one NATO ally threaten another with military force? I mean, that's just wild. To figure that out, we have to look at what exactly the United States has put on the table.
So let's be clear, American interest in Greenland, that's not new at all. It's been around for ages, but the way they're going about it now, it's something else. It's like a mix between a high-stakes business deal and a barely hidden threat. So let's break down exactly what the US is proposing here.
Okay, so this whole thing really burst into the public eye back in 2019. You might remember this. The Trump administration started floating the idea of, just buying Greenland. They literally framed it as a real estate deal. But here's the thing. This wasn't just some random off-the-cuff remark. Nope. It was the very beginning of a really serious and very complex proposal.
And here's where the money comes in, the big financial hook. The plan involves paying Greenland's 57,000 citizens directly. Check this out. We're talking about a payment of anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000 per person. Total bill, somewhere around $5 to $6 billion bucks. The strategy here is pretty clear. Try to win over the people of Greenland directly with cash.
And this quote really spells out what the US is after. They're not just looking for another military base or some kind of friendly lease agreement. No way. The end goal here is complete, total sovereignty. As Trump himself put it to the New York Times, full control is required. No ambiguity there.
So you've got this massive financial offer on one side of the coin. But what happens if Greenland and Denmark just say no? Well, this is the exact point where the whole thing shifts from what looks like a business deal to something a lot more forceful.
And this is where it gets really serious. The White House has openly, and I mean openly, stated that it's looking into several ways to gain control. And one of those ways, stated explicitly, is the use of military force. Suddenly, this isn't just a diplomatic tiff anymore. It's a potential military standoff. And that threat is the reason Denmark's response has been so incredibly harsh. Okay, but to really wrap your head around Denmark's whole shoot-first policy, you have to understand that this isn't some new rule they just cooked up for this crisis. Not at all. It's a policy that was born from one of the absolute most traumatic moments in the country's entire history.
So let's walk through this because it's super important. It all goes back to 1940 when Nazi Germany invaded Denmark. Communication systems just collapsed, and the military was left in total chaos. So as a direct response to that trauma, in 1952, Denmark created a new military rule. In the event of any invasion, soldiers are ordered to fight back immediately. No waiting for orders from Copenhagen. And the Defense Ministry has confirmed that rule is still very much in effect today. So all of this just leads to the one huge question, right? What is it about this massive icy island that makes it so valuable? So valuable that the US would actually consider using force and Denmark would threaten to use it against a NATO ally? What is the real prize here?
Well, the answer is pretty simple and also incredibly complex. Greenland is a geopolitical grand prize. It's not just about owning a huge chunk of land. It's about its strategic location, its unbelievable natural resources, and really, control over the entire future of the Arctic. Okay, let's just tick off the reasons why. First, its location. It's perfectly positioned right between North America and Europe. Second, it's a critical military surveillance post, basically the front line for watching what Russia and China are up to in the north. Then you've got the natural resources. We're talking vast, untapped reserves of oil, gas, and minerals. And as the Arctic ice melts, whoever controls Greenland controls the new shipping lanes that are opening up. I mean, history shows us this. During World War II, controlling the Greenland air gap was the absolute key to controlling the Atlantic.
And let's zoom in on those natural resources for just a second. Specifically, rare earth elements.
Now, these are a group of metals that are absolutely crucial for pretty much all modern tech. We're talking everything from the smartphone in your pocket to the most advanced military hardware. And here's the kicker. Right now, China controls the vast majority of the world's supply. So for the US, getting a hold of a massive alternative source in Greenland, that's not just an economic play. It is a huge national security objective.
Yeah, for an island this massive, the military footprint is actually pretty small, but it's incredibly strategic. On the US side, you've got the Pituffik Space Base, which is all about missile warnings and monitoring space. And then on the Danish side, you have about the same number of people, but they're focused on sovereignty, search and rescue, and this is pretty cool, they have the famous Sirius dog sled patrol. Of course, this whole high-stakes game isn't just happening in a vacuum. There are 57,000 people who actually call Greenland home, and they definitely have something to say about all this. And you can bet the rest of the world is watching what happens here very, very closely. And when it comes to how they feel, it's not ambiguous at all. It is crystal clear. A recent survey showed that a staggering 85% of the people in Greenland are against an American takeover. I mean, that isn't a divided opinion. That is a landslide, a complete and total rejection of the idea. And Greenland's own Prime Minister, Jens Frederik Nielsen, really summed it all up perfectly. He just said, "Our country is not for sale." Simple as that. And it's not just them. The international community is starting to weigh in too. You've got Italy's prime minister warning that any military action would be dangerous for NATO. A Danish MP has gone so far as to call on India for support, warning that this could set a dangerous global precedent. And on top of that, 7 major EU nations put out a joint statement, making it clear that Greenland belongs to its people. And really, it all boils down to 2 completely different and frankly terrifying views of the future. On one side, you have Denmark's Prime Minister, Mette Frederiksen, saying that a US attack on an ally would mean the end of NATO. Period. The end of the whole post-World War II order. And on the other side, you have the US Vice President J.D. Vance, basically saying that if the security situation isn't taken seriously, the US will have to do something. It's like they're on 2 different planets, just talking past each other, with the world's most powerful military alliance hanging right in the middle. So that leaves us with one final, and honestly, a deeply unsettling question to think about. After more than 75 years of this collective security blanket we call NATO, could a dispute over a remote, icy island, what started as a real estate deal gone bad, could that really be the thing that unravels the entire world order as we've known it?